Hey everyone, I wanted to make a longer video discussing some things today, but I feel incredibly scatterbrained and I'm having somewhat of a difficulty concentrating, and I've noticed the sky is I don't know if I've seen it this bad for a long time, but it's just so hazy. It just looks like a Venus syndrome with the murky white and yellow. And whenever it's like that, I always seem to be in this like distinct agitated mood and have difficulty concentrating. And when it subsides or goes away, things start to improve a little bit. So I'm just reflecting on dreams and experiences I've had recently, in particular. Um, the one called Future USA, Not a Dream Astral Experience, a video I made a few months back, in which I was essentially in San Francisco and it was barren. There was no one there. It was an empty city. It was overtaken by weeds and shrubs and trees, and nature had overtaken it. And I kept seeing this dream, and this it was not a dream. It was so intense and so real and so vivid. I felt everything that I have to at least describe it as mostly an astral experience. And there's a lot of lines blurred between what is a dream and what is an astral experience, because it's totally not black and white. Like, what I mean by partial astral experience is that you have like maybe a portion of your consciousness that left your body, for example, instead of the entire thing. And I can't get it out of my head all morning. Um, those of you who have seen the video, you know what I'm talking about, where we go into the cave and we're some kind of elite um, Delta Force type unit or something. And there was a war in that cave, or there was a battle, and then we end up in the city, and there was this pristine, beautiful, like recreation of the White House, the only intact building in the entire city. And I go in, and it looked like a museum, and there was puppets of presidents, all the presidents just lining all the walls and everywhere inside the White House. You guys remember this, right? And I go into the bathroom and I see President Trump in the bathroom just sitting alone in a corner, a puppet of him, like probably 3 feet. These were around like 3 feet tall puppets. And he becomes animated and angry and grabs my arm. And the way he does it, the way he looks at me, he's telling me something. Like he was telling me something like this is the future. This is the future. No life, like no civilization. I mean, thankfully there was still life, but it just bothers me. I can't get over it, guys. And I'm not a fan of any of these people, none of them. Okay, I'm not like a supporter of him or anything like that. I saw him in a dream that way, and it was so vivid. It was so real, and his gaze was so intense that I knew that there was real, genuine truth in that experience. And it wasn't just a dream or astral experience, that this was something much more real. And it makes sense why San Francisco would be in so many of my dreams, and including my near death experience, which I'm fairly positive that's the city I was observing. Um, because I don't know if you guys heard before, but it's the Bay Area is sort of a it's sort of analogy, a metaphor for life. So you enter through the Silver Gate, which is the Bay Bridge across the bay, and you enter into life, the city of San Francisco, which represents life. And then you exit past the going west, past the Golden Gate Bridge, And the Golden Gate takes you into the ocean of the infinite consciousness, essentially. And this is a city I've been to too many times to count, and I'm very familiar with, by the way. So, having said that, one more thing I wanted to say, a couple more things. So, it didn't feel too distant into the future, by the way. If I could put a number on it, it felt like approximately 2050 is the number I would put it at. And a license plate I saw today I wanted to mention to you guys. For my older subscribers, y'all know I've been seeing patterns of numbers for months and months on end. 666, 911, 811, 923, just so many different numbers, but especially 666. And that's since decreased, but it's starting to increase again, actually. And today, driving to work, I saw a license plate that said Satan, Satan. Is this the Matrix doing this? Because first of all, the number of 666s I've seen over the past year or so are just almost impossible for it to be a coincidence. And this one just flat out said Satan. Like, is this person literally a Satan worshiper? What are they trying to convey by having that on their license plate? Have you guys ever seen anything like that? Because that's the first time in my life I've seen the word Satan on a license plate. All right. You have a good day. I'm hoping the skies clear up, and it's currently absolutely unbearable to be outside with the sun, so I'm gonna do what I can.